record this so that we can share it with the team afterwards to just give you guys an insight of what power hours are if you've never been on one of these. But basically, I have in my notes, like I jotted down some tasks for us to do. There is a time limit on each task. Okay, still people in the waiting room. I don't know why it's doing this waiting room thing, but I apologize, you guys. I hope it wasn't too difficult to get on. But so each task is going to have a time limit. When the timer goes off, we automatically just switch to a task. You can take a couple seconds to wrap things up. You can do things a little bit differently. If you've already done something that I say recently and you want to do something else, it's totally fine. This is just so you guys can get an idea of what I do and what other people do on the day-to-day for their business. So the first thing we're going to do, and we're just going to jump right into it, we're going to go into our groups tab on Facebook and find one that you can easily interact with that you're already in. Okay, so we're not adding ourselves to new groups tonight. That is something that I do regularly, is add myself to groups, and then I will remove myself from the groups that are not active and anymore or don't apply to me anymore. I talked a little bit about that on a different training, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but just go into your groups, find one that you can easily interact with, and then just interact in that group on people's posts, and we're going to do that for 5 minutes. The goal here is to get as many intentional and genuine comments on people's posts in that group as you can in the 5 minutes that we're doing this task, so that you can create relationships that are with like-minded people that have, that have things in common with you. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and mute myself. If you guys have a question at any point, feel free to unmute yourself. I think that everybody should be able to do that. So ready, go. Oh, and I will add, so when you guys are interacting and you're leaving comments, try to leave 3 to 4 words or more. That is, without getting too much into the algorithm, that's what Facebook looks for as a valuable comment, okay? So anything less than that, like if you just comment on something and say cute with like a little heart face, that doesn't have near as much weight in Facebook's algorithm as a conversational comment, a valued comment. Does that make sense? So when you're commenting on these people's posts, make sure that you're doing 3 to 4 words or more. I try and shoot for 4 words at least, and then I'll always like leave an emoji as well. So just a random tip, and that goes for interacting like on your news feed, in groups, in stories, literally anything. Hi, Lisa. So right now we are interacting in one of our groups. So if you go to the groups tab in your Facebook and just pick a group that you feel like you can interact with easily, and we're going to be doing that for a couple more minutes. All right, so there went my timer for the first task. It scared the poo out of me, so I'm going to turn it down. So I forgot that it was on. Okay, moving on to the next task. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make a post in a group, preferably the one that you just interacted with, right? Because you just interacted with people. So the fact that you just interacted with people, they're more likely to comment on your post. And anytime I do one of these power hours, like there's a reason why everything is in the order that it's in. And maybe you guys can catch on to that. But I'll drop some tips with each task. But the reason why I do this after I interact in the group is because I've just interacted. So people are more likely to comment back on my post. So I want you to make a post in a group. Again, preferably the one you just interacted in. Make it somewhat of an interactive post, like ask an opinion about something or ask a question. Like if you're in a mom's group, you can ask for some advice about something, regardless of whether you necessarily need advice on a topic. It's People love to share their opinions, okay? And this is a great way to have a conversation with someone that is not in your network and audience already. And most of the, maybe not in moms groups, but like most of the time groups are people that you have, things in common with, that you're like-minded in ways, so we are going to do that for 5 minutes, make a post in a group, make it somewhat interactive, ask for opinions, and you can add a picture if you want to, whatever. Okay, ready, go. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an example. Like it doesn't have to be just like a one sentence interactive post. So I am in a Toddlers Are Savage group. It's freaking hilarious. So if you're a mom, highly recommend. And I'm posting in there. I have twin groups. Okay, so keep this in mind because I'm a twin mom of boy girl twins. I have twin groups that I'm in, but I always post in there. So there's a reason why I'm doing it in this one tonight. But I'm saying my twins literally don't know how to play without each other. They're 4. I feel like they should have some alone time. And I know they want it because they get frustrated with each other and will start to separate, but it only lasts 2 minutes until one of them gets interested in what the other is doing. I want to start doing more alone time with them, but I just don't know how, considering twins, 4 years old, boy, girl, with completely different interests. Help. Like, people love to share their opinions. So as you heard, I told kind of a story in there, which allows people to get to know me. So it's not just a one sentence question that they feel like they can't comment on, right? Like, and I added a picture of my twins together, happy, so that they can just see it. Like visualizing a person's life makes you want to comment more. Does that make sense? So I just figured I would share kind of what I'm doing, and maybe it would help one of you guys, some of you guys. I don't know. We've got 1 minute left. So if you're done, you can keep interacting in that group or go to another one. Well, 1 minute isn't long. Okay, there's our timer for that task. See how we're just busting through things? I call these IPAs, so income producing activities, and you can get so much done in such a little amount of time when you're super intentional. So that's why I love power hours. Okay, moving on to the third task. So 5 minute task again, we're going to find 3 to 5 quality people on Facebook that we want to add as friends. Okay, so you're just adding people. Make sure that you're being kind of picky when you add these people. It's okay to be picky. This is your business and your storefront, honestly, if you work your business on social media. So you want these people to vibe with you in some way, shape, or form, whether it be that they're positive like you, or whether it be that they're in a different company, like you're a network marketer, they're a network marketer, whether it be that they have dogs and you're a dog mom, like anything like that. Just make sure it's people that when you check out their bio and their profile that you feel like you can jive with. Okay, so 5 minutes, ready, go. And I will give some tips on this. I just started the timer, but the way that I find friends is not through suggested friends. Okay. Very rarely do I add people from suggested friends. And the reason being is because we are network marketers. We get a lot of network marketers in our company that comment on our stuff, right? So a lot of times when I go to suggested friends, it's people that either are already in a company, which aren't, that's not bad to add them, but again, detach yourself from the outcome when you're adding these people. Um, but I don't want everybody to be with a different company. I don't want people, um, I don't know, you get what I'm saying, right? So I don't even know where I was going with that, but I don't use suggested friends, basically. What I do is I add people from groups. I will literally and I love this way to add friends, I will type in a name. So I see Tracy's name up here. I can type in Tracy on Facebook and I can add Tracy's. Like, boom. There's people that would never have shown up in my suggested friends list that may have never shown up ever. I can type in Christine, I can type in Jessica, and I literally just type in these names, okay? And if you're somebody that's worried about, um, whether people are going to message you and be like, hey, do I know you? Don't stress about that. You guys, it's so easy to play that off in so many different ways. I've honestly never had it happen to me, maybe like once or twice in the almost 6 years that I've been doing network marketing. But if you get a message like that, you can always, like, if you're comfortable with it, make something up. So for me, I'm a dodo brain and a squirrel, and I will literally call myself out and be like, oh my gosh, girl, I totally thought you were the Jessica that I went to high school with. Like, you look so much like her. Or I'll just make something stupid. Like, maybe that isn't something you want to do. I'm not telling you to lie or whatever. Take it how you want it. But I just find some way to create conversation, especially if it's a local person to me. Then it's really like, I will say the thing about, oh my gosh, I thought I went to high school with you. Like, where did you grow up? And boom, that opens the door to a conversation. Okay. Kaylin says, I do the same thing or search hashtags of types of things I vibe with. Also go to pages I like, check out comments. Yes, I love doing that on those posts and find people that way as well. Yes. Like, if you're super into fashion and stuff, go to a boutique, however you say it, that's around you in your area, and look at all of the people that have commented and add them as friends. Like, adding friends does not have to be just scrolling through your suggested friends. Like, get creative, think outside the box. Okay, now that I've talked basically the whole 5 minutes, we have 2 minutes left. I'm going to add some people. Okay, dokie. Done with that task. So I just added 4 Stacy's just because. Okay, moving on. So now we are going to go into stories. So if you work Instagram, you can use this time to go into Instagram for a little bit, or you can stay in Facebook, doesn't matter, whichever platform you choose. But we're going to go interact in stories for 10 minutes. And the goal is to have or leave one reply, as you guys know, are just comments at the bottom of stories for every single person. So if the person has 12 stories, you're going to comment on at least one of them. Okay. And as you guys know, after you leave a comment, if you don't want to watch the rest of their stories, because I do watch stories throughout the day and I'll watch all of somebody's, but when I'm in a power hour and I'm trying to get as many people as I can commented on in this amount of time. So personally, like if somebody has 12 stories and the third one really gets me and I feel like I can comment on it genuinely, after I leave that comment, I'm going to swipe to the next person. Okay. Because I want to get as many people as I can in this 10 minutes interacted with. As you guys know, those comments go straight into Messenger, which is freaking amazing because that is where your deeper conversations and deeper relationships are going to come from, not from a post or a comment on a post. You get what I mean? Okay. So 10 minutes, one comment, remember 3 or 4 words or more per person, but I want you to do it outside of Navan. So if you see anyone that posted a story with Navan, do not comment on their stuff. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer and then I'll tell you why, because I don't want to waste time. Okay, timer is set, ready, go. So the reason why I don't comment on Navan people during this power hour time is because I want to trick my algorithm, right? Like how many of you guys jump on social media and the first few posts that you see are always from Navan people, or the first few stories that you see are always from Navan people. And maybe not every single post that you see at first, but like you get a lot of them within scrolling your first 5 or 10 minutes. That's because you're interacting with them so much, okay? And Facebook knows that. Facebook knows we work together and we support each other, but I want to trick my algorithm. So I'll skip past those people and I do not comment. And that way, the next time I hop on, those are not the first people that I see on my timeline. I do this constantly. Like you constantly want to change what Facebook is allowing you to see. And the reason why it's showing you that is because that's why you interact. Like it's not against us, it's for whatever we interact with. So you have to, I'm laughing because Cassie just commented on my post. She's not supposed to be, but she called herself out because it's tacos. On my stories, I mean. Anyway, okay. Squirrel brain, I told you guys, just go comment. I'm gonna just shut up. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I'll add. I'm gonna say something. Okay, so this girl that I know just posted a picture of this, like, I don't even know what it is. honeybee butter. I don't know. It looks amazing. But instead of just saying, "Oh my gosh, that looks amazing," it looks like there's like Cheerios. I wish you guys could see the picture, but I don't know if, nah, I don't see it. I'm not sure. But it looks like there's like Cheerios in there. So I'm going to ask a question. Like, I know that seems so dumb and simple, but I'm telling you guys, it creates such a different response. Like, instead of you just reacting to a story or leaving a, oh my gosh, that looks amazing comment, like they may reply back, yeah, it's freaking amazing. But if you're like, what? That looks amazing. What is in it? Like, they're going to reply back more, 3 or 4 words or more, which, as you know, tells the Facebook algorithm that this is somebody that I'm connecting with and I want to see more of. And then they're going to see more of me. So you see how it all like works together. Okay, done. Okay, we're done with that task. Okay, moving on. Get my notes out. Sorry. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is post something to your stories now. We're going to take 5 minutes to do this. So this can be a quote, it can be a picture of us on Power Hour. If you guys are brave, you'll turn off your camera so we can get a picture of everyone, but you don't have to. um, yeah, Taco Tuesday, like, I don't know, I jotted a few ideas down, but anything. You can post a funny GIF or whatever they're called, GIFs, I don't know, a quote, something. Post something to your stories. I usually post mine to Instagram first, and I do all the fun things there. And then I put it on Facebook as well. Okay, ready, go. Hey, hey, if you're on the East Coast, it's 11:11. Just wanted to say it. Okay, is everybody done with that? We're going to move on. The last thing that I have written down is I want you to go back to and respond to all the comments that were left on your post for up to a week ago. Okay, so if you're one that forgets to go back and comment on the comments on your post, like now is the time to go do that. Or I don't know, I'm good at commenting back, but like there are posts that I miss. There are definitely notifications that I miss. So I just like to do this at least once to twice a week to kind of make sure that I'm like reciprocating the conversation that people are trying to have with me. Does that make sense? So you're going to just start with your most recent post and go on down the line. Whenever you finish that, then go into Messenger and I want you to respond to all of the messages that you haven't responded to. So we're going to do this for 10 minutes and then we're going to hop off. Unless you guys have questions, because I can stay on and answer those as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Post first, then messages. Ready, go. Hey, Jessica, we are
Hey.
almost done, but we are on our last task. So we're going back through our posts for up to a week ago and making sure that we're responding to all of the comments that have been left on our posts. And then once you do that, you'll go into Messenger and respond to all of the messages that you have in your inbox. And we got about 6.5 more minutes left. All right. So we're done with that task. I feel like we sped through those. Maybe I just didn't talk as much as I normally do. But it's only 11:23. So if you guys want, we can do another 5-minute task or we can hop off. If you need to hop off, go ahead and hop off. That's fine. But do you guys want to do another task or ask questions or anything like that? I'm down for whatever. I'll just wait. You can interact on newsfeed or aw, you guys are so sweet. You're so welcome. I'm glad you got value from it. It's fun to do these together. I used to do them like 3 times a week, so I'm trying to get back into it, but quarantine has me going crazy and losing my damn mind. Not gonna lie. So, okay, so yeah, we can do another task. Perfect. Okay, so you guys can choose. So you can interact on your news feed, either Instagram or Facebook, with the 3 to 4 words or more on posts for 5 minutes. Or you can, so this is something that I like to do to create new conversations, is I go and go to the search bar at the top of Facebook and I just type in birthdays. Some of you may have heard me talk about this task before, but when you type in birthdays, it pops up like upcoming birthdays shortcuts. You can also just type in birthdays and click search. And then the very first thing that pops up are the people with the birthdays today. And so, personally, for me, I like to send everyone a happy birthday message, but it does not just say happy birthday. So, I think that's what I'm going to do over these 5 minutes. But you can definitely interact on your news feed if you wanted to do that. Um, or if you didn't complete any of the tasks that we did before, this will be a good time to go back and complete it. You're so welcome. Yeah, we'll start doing them. I'm going to do them at least once every week, and it will be Tuesday nights at 10:30 Eastern time every single week, unless, there's something to where people can't get on. So birthday messages. That's what I'm going to do for the 5 minutes. I'll go ahead and start the timer. So what I do is I just click on these people. And then I go, like, I don't know, I go look at their profile for like 10 seconds. So I just scroll down and I look at a couple of their posts just to get like a feel for who I'm messaging, right? And then I click message and I will type in. So there's a few things that I do. I say something inspirational and positive. I call them by their name and I say what day of the week it is. Okay. So that lets them know that it's not a copy and paste message, that I'm not just like pasting to everyone. Like it's very personalized. So for me, my birthday messages usually sound like this girl's name is Deanna. So I'm going to say, "Hey Deanna, I hope you had," and it's almost the end of the day. So I'm going to say, "I hope you had an amazing birthday and um I'll be praying for, I don't know, like something inspirational after that. So I hope that this year brings you lots of joy and laughter. Or I hope that this year, if I know them personally, like you guys get to take that family vacation. And sometimes if I know them super personally, I'll ask a question at the end. Otherwise, it's just like, happy birthday. I hope you had a great day and something inspirational. And then at the end, I say happy Tuesday. Okay. So again, just personalizing it, just that little touch lets people know that it's not copy and paste. So we're going to do that. Um, and if you want to do something else, you're totally fine to do that too. But 3.5 minutes left. Okay, so the one I just sent says, "Hey Deanna, just wanted to pop in and say happy birthday," with lots of Y's because that's just who I am. "I hope this coming year brings lots of joy and laughter, girl. Happy Tuesday," with like a little heart face and a purple heart. Okay, something simple, personalized, and not just happy birthday. Oh, and I will add before the timer ends in just a minute. When you go to, so there's usually like 3 or 4 birthdays that pop up at the top, right? But when you go to see all of them pop up, and you should see a thing beside everybody's name or under their name that says add to birthday story. This is a super cool way to do something like out of the norm. Okay. Tons of people write on Facebook walls. Honestly, tons of people send birthday messages, but this birthday story thing is still somewhat new, and you can just write it in there, and then everybody that watches that person's birthday story gets to see the comment slash message, whatever, that you're leaving on their birthday stories. So when you click on add to birthday story, it literally just comes up with like so many already preset backgrounds. There's our timer, with like confetti and birthday cake and fun things, and you can tap on whichever background you want to use and then just type in the message that you were going to send in Messenger. So if you wanted to do it that way, that's another way to like send a birthday message. A lot of people do use stories. Just keep in mind that not everyone does. But when it's your birthday, that regardless of whether you typically use stories or not, when it's your birthday, that birthday story will come up right beside where your add to story is. So, like, this is where I add a story, and my birthday story would be right next to it. So, it's kind of hard to miss. So, even if you don't use stories regularly, if you had a birthday and you got your own birthday story, you would probably watch it, right? So, that's it, guys. We are done. I'm so glad that you got value from this. Like I said, we'll be doing them every Tuesday at 10:30 Eastern Time, trying to get some other volunteers to host a power hour whenever it's convenient for them, even if you don't schedule it, just like a pop-up power hour. So definitely you can message me or you can message in the Wholeheartedly Us chat and let us know if you want to host one. But I'll have this recording. I'm going to send it to Pam and Roderick and see kind of where they want to post it. But I'll also post the recording in the chat once it's uploaded to YouTube. Okay. Thanks, y'all, for hopping on. I hope you have an amazing night. You're welcome. Bye, you guys.